Harlequin Audio is proud to bring you The Bachelor Prince by Debbie Macomber, performed by Tavia Gilbert. Prologue. Prince Stefano Giorgio Paolo needed a wife, a very rich one, and soon. He couldn't put off the inevitability of marriage any longer, not if he planned to save his country from the international embarrassment of bankruptcy. Tightly clenching the Minister of Finance's latest report, he paced the royal office, his mind racing as he trod past the series of 6-foot sandstone windows adorned with heavy red draperies. The view of the courtyard with the huge stone fountain, which dated from the 17th century, escaped his attention. At one time, the scene below would have given him great joy, but no longer. Now it brought a heaviness to his chest, all because the courtyard was empty of tourists. San Lorenzo, a tiny European principality, had once thrived as a fairy tale kingdom and drawn hordes of sightseers from all across the globe. But with the civil unrest in the Balkan states so close to its borders, the tourists stayed away. It didn't help that San Lorenzo had no international airport of its own, and the closest one was now closed to commercial traffic because of the fighting. A knock against the heavy oak door distracted him. "Yes," Stefano blurted out impatiently. He'd left word he wasn't to be disturbed. Only a fool would dare interrupt him. His personal secretary and traveling companion, Pietro, stepped inside the room. Stefano amended his earlier thought. Only a fool or a friend would dare intrude on him now. "I thought you might need this," Pietro said, carrying in an elaborate silver tray with 2 glasses and a cut crystal decanter. "You know I don't drink during the day," Stefano chastised, but without any real censure. "Generally that's true," Pietro agreed, "but I also know you're thinking about marriage, and the subject, as always, depresses you. Once again, you're right, my friend." His shoulders sagging, Stefano rubbed a hand over his face and stared out the window at his small kingdom. "Have you made your decision?" Pietro asked, lifting the stopper from the decanter and splashing 2 fingers into the glasses. He handed the first to Stefano, who gratefully accepted it. "Do I have any choice but to marry?" He felt as if he were sentencing himself to the gallows. He savored his life as a bachelor and the freedom it offered him to sample the flavors of some of the world's most beautiful women. Frankly, he enjoyed the title of the Bachelor Prince that the tabloids had bestowed on him. The papers, if they were to be believed, claimed he was the perfect romantic prince. They touted him as tall, dark, and handsome, with enough charm to sink a flotilla. It was true he was tall, 6'2", and his skin was tanned a healthy shade of bronze from the many hours he spent out of doors. The handsome part he took with a grain of salt. His features were aristocratic, he supposed. His forehead was high and his chin stately, but then his family had reigned over San Lorenzo for nearly 700 years. "Have you decided upon the lucky lady?" Pietro asked in that casual way of his that made Stefano's most troublesome worries appear minimal. Frowning, Stefano thought for a moment, one hand clenched behind his back. "No." He gestured with his drink toward his friend. "I prefer to marry an American," he decided suddenly. "Having attended Duke University, you're well acquainted with their ways. American women can be most charming." Stefano slapped his drink down on the desk. "I don't need charm, I need money." "Trust me, Stefano, I know that." Pietro reached inside his perfectly tailored black suit and withdrew a piece of paper. "I've taken the liberty of listing several eligible American women for your consideration." Stefano paused and steadily regarded his friend. Oftentimes he wondered if Pietro could read his mind. "How well you know me." Pietro bowed slightly. "It was a lucky guess." Stefano laughed, doubting that. Pietro was much too thorough to leave anything to guesswork. In some ways, his secretary knew him better than he did himself. Like a spoiled child, Stefano had put off dealing with the unpleasantness of his situation. He sat down and rested against the back of the plush velvet chair. "Tell me what you've learned." "There are a number of excellent young women from whom to choose," Pietro began.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?